Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, Ukraine finally will get 42 F-16s from what? Denmark, and then probably from others like Netherlands, the Netherlands being the second ones. So 42 fighter jets will be coming to Ukraine. According to some sources, they will be in Ukraine, or some of them will be, the first batch would be in Ukraine before Christmas this year, not 2027 or something. So we have here two articles, one with the number of planes that was agreed to be delivered as the first batch, or at least I don't know, because it's going to be the first batch, second one, the third one. They're not going to just end up with 42. They're going to end up with hundreds. And we find out in the second article that I'm going to use here how many airplanes, how many fighter jets the air forces of Ukraine claim they need in order to ensure air superiority at the front. And a third thing is they claim, the Ukrainians claim, and the Danes, the guys delivering the fighter jets, that those planes will not be used to attack Russia. Okay, let's believe them. So let's start with the first article here. This article comes from the Kiev Independent and is from Monday, August 21st, 2023. Ukraine war latest. Kiev to receive 42 F-16 fighter jets, with first aircraft set to arrive in 2023. Well, isn't that fantastic? Yeah, let's see. Key developments on August 20th. Zelensky says Ukraine to receive 42 US-built fighter jets. Denmark pledges delivery of 19 F-16s to Ukraine. Zelensky rule out territorial concessions to Russia. Parara. Okay, 3 months after the US President Biden's decision to allow NATO allies to train Ukrainian pilots on F-16s fighter jets, President Volodymyr Zelensky announced on August 20th that Ukraine would receive 42 aircraft, the first set to arrive by the end of 2023. Now, what's important here that these guys think that we're idiots. Why do you think I say 3 months? Because it's going to be 3 months, and it's going to be August, let's say September, October, November. And in December is going to be a delivery. So that gives them 6 months of training Ukrainian pilots. Don't you think? Oh my God, it's so weird. So they said 3 months. What do you think they mentioned 3 months? Because they're going to come and say, well, who's going to pilot them? Well, obviously, remember that article? Exactly 3 months when Biden said the decision was made a long time ago. It just we were allowed to hear it. And besides, don't believe anything that comes from these guys, especially. Why? Because they lied many times. They said no planes, here they are. They said no tanks, here they are. And many, many more to come. No troops, they are over there on a different name, and they will become even more numerous. I'm talking about NATO troops. They will come in Ukraine legally, and they will say we have to, in order to defend the civilian population or to provide this kind of services or something, and they will be there. We're not actively fighting and so on, and then hey, we were under attack, we responded, and then there you have it, little by little. These guys think that we are all idiots. Well, we are not idiots. All right, let's move to see what else these guys are vomiting here. Zelensky, over the weekend, toured 3 European countries to discuss jet delivery pledges to Ukraine with their top officials. All right, good, very good. So they start first with Sweden, and they ask for Gripen, but they will not get them, It says that it would allow Ukrainian pilots to train on its Gripen jets, but so far stopped short of pledging the aircraft itself. So if they're talking, that means it's going to happen from previous experience, if needed be. Visiting the Netherlands, Zelensky met with Prime Minister Rutte and the Royal Netherlands Air Force Chief Andre Stouwer at the airbase. Rutte announced to a joint press conference that the Netherlands and Denmark would provide Ukraine with 5 F-16 fighter jets once conditions for a transfer has been made. No problem, there's no detail. All right, so that's what's going to be on this so far. And then he went to Zelensky went to Denmark, all right, who pledged 19 F-16s and announcing that the first 6 aircraft would be delivered to Ukraine by the end of this year. Okay, she also said that Ukraine would receive 8 other aircraft from Denmark to Ukraine in 2024, and 5 more in 2025. Great, great, great. Oh, Romania. What's going on here? Denmark will also train Ukrainian pilots and engineers of fighter jets. Romania is also set to host training sessions for Ukrainian pilots. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Let me give you this piece of information. I don't know if you're familiar with 1968, I think the uprisings in Czechoslovakia. Remember that one? Okay. Well, NATO, Warsaw Pact countries pushed by Soviet Union said we're going to get in. And all but Romania went in. And Romania closed its borders to any transfer of weaponry or military personnel through Romania. They said, no, if you want, you send it, but no troops, no nothing. Like, you just, that's it. I think they allowed weapons, if I remember correctly, trains without personnel. So no military, no people, just the tanks, pam, pam, pam. I think the tanks, because I know there were some tanks on the railway. I don't see them. I was not that that alive then, maybe somewhere else. Anyway, so Romania did not allow those guys to go over. Now they train them. They train on the military equipment, and they have troops, foreign troops, allies, on his territory. So who was more independent? When we have allies now with their troops and weapons on Romanian territory, or then, because they need to protect us right now? So who had more balls? Ceausescu or these guys right now? Anyway, let's go back to the next article, which tells us how many aircraft the Ukrainians claim they need. So this is Ukrainska Pravda, and Ukraine's Air Force says it needs 128 fighter jets for air superiority. Now, don't get fooled with 42. The 42 is just for now, obviously. And don't get fooled with 128, right? Was it 128? Yes, don't get fooled with 128. Why? Because that's the way it goes. Small steps, small increments. That's what's going to be. The 128 is just to begin. It's not like the, how should I put it? Not the main course. That's what it is. It happened before. It's just, oh, we need 128. And they're going to say, well, it's not only 128. We're going to need more. And they're going to come more. And they're going to come more. And on 128, I don't think would do it. But hey, that means if you have 128, you have about what? 3,000 on the other side. Because you know the Americans F-16s are the best. So 128 would do the job for 3,000 Russian garbage planes, right? Right. That's how we were supposed to think about things, my friends. So let's go to the next and the last article. So this is this one right here, which tells us that Ukraine will do this 100%, my friends. Danish defense minister says that Ukraine can't strike Russia with F-16s, according to Ukrainska Pravda, on Monday, 21st of August. And they will not, they promise, pinky promise, okay? All right, so Mr. Jacob, Jesus Christ, Jansen said that Copenhagen supplies weapons to Kiev on the condition that it will be used in order to drive the enemy out of the territory of Ukraine. And no further than that. Those are the conditions. Whether it's tanks, fighter planes, and something else. Hey, Jansen, tanks were not supposed to be there. Fighter jets were not supposed to be there. You are not supposed to be there. So what are you talking about? Is no an analogy. Is a guy who's just gonna commit an act of I can't use it against a victim, but only 3 times. Okay, it's gonna only 3 times. Promises is not gonna do it the fifth time. It's only 3 times. No, it shouldn't have been one time. Now I'm talking about one bullet transferred from the masters to fight those guys over there. That would be enough for me, at least. That would be the end of the whole thing. Like, it's now or never, A or B. But hey, the Russians are still okay, as long as they don't hit our territory. They will hit your territory, I guarantee you, and those planes will go on and on. Why? Because this is the way they work. Things changed. We have to react. We were attacked. We responded. They escalated, therefore we had to defend ourselves. And they're going to use the self-defense until they get to Moscow. And they take those guys out, but I hope that by that time the Russians, come to their senses. So yes, 42, then 128, right? And then no attack on Russia. Blah, 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 blah. And the Russians are going to be like, oh, okay, we're going to destroy them. We're going to fight. All right, if that's the tactic, you do it. It's your country, after all. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.